All right, hey, we're gonna make a little video here today about the OrcaTorch D530v video light. This is gonna be pretty familiar if you've already got an OrcaTorch D530 like this one. You can see it's pretty similar. Externally, the light is exactly the same. Packaging is the same. They're both 1200 lumen lights. 4.5 hour runtime. That's not going to be on the 1200 lumen setting. That's on the half power setting. The big difference between the two lights is the beam angle. The 530V, because it's made to be a video light, has a much wider beam angle, so you don't get those hot spots in your frame that you would with a light like this that has an 8-degree beam angle. So let's take a quick look at what we get in the package here. Again, it's pretty similar to the packaging for the 530 if you've got one of those. So, two batteries, that's nice. Comes with two 18650 batteries and a charging cable. These have the ones with the port where you just plug it directly into the top of the battery, plug it into a USB, and you're charging your batteries. They also have a little indicator light at the top that goes from red to green when it's fully charged. So that's nice. We get two batteries. These lights have 3 O-rings between the head and the body of the light. So you get a complete replacement set of O-rings. You get a wrist lanyard you can use. You get a little spare orange silicone ring in case you need it. You also get a user manual, warranty card. You get a pamphlet with some of the other OrcaTorch lights that they offer. And the thing that really separates it from the D530 is you get a mount. So you can put this, it's got the 1-inch universal kind of ball mount there. You can put this on your video or your underwater camera setup. I'll show you how to do that here. The only way to put this on is to take the head of the light off. So we'll go ahead and do that and put the battery in. And as we do this, you may be able to see the 3 O-rings there that make it watertight. So you slip that over the body of the light. Tighten down the head, and then by tightening this kind of thumb wheel here, now you've got it on a mount that you can put onto your camera gear. So the other difference, or the difference that we talked about earlier between this and the D530 again, is the beam angle. And you can see that externally the lights look the same, but when you look into the head, you can see the difference. The D530 has the, your usual shiny reflector in there. The LED emitter is set pretty far back, so the reflector creates that 8-degree cone that penetrates the water really well and gives the light a lot of throw. Whereas the 530V, the light is much closer to the emitter is much closer to the front of the light. And it's got a very shallow cone behind it, which gives it that nice wide 140-degree view. And we can actually, also this has just like the other OrcaTorch light, it's got the green LED in the middle of the bulb, or the middle of the button when you turn it on. That'll cycle from green to yellow to red as you lose battery power. But while we've got it on here, we can see, just shine it down on the counter, this little glare that you see, that's just a reflection of the light. That's not a hot spot. You can see how it's a white, kind of even light that's provided by the light, as opposed to the D530 and any other regular dive light, where you've got that nice bright hot spot in the middle, which again is great for when you're looking to see underwater or see things that are a distance away. But if you're shooting video or photos, that hot spot is going to completely wash out everything that it's pointed at. And I'll put up a couple of videos here that to look at that'll demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about with that. So this is video I took in Hawaii, dive site called the First Cathedral on Lanai. And you see when I turn on my light here, this is the OrcaTorch D530 dive light. You can see it in addition to the light from the dive guide. It's got a very powerful beam. You can see that shark back there. But when you shine it at anything closer, you can see that hotspot that's created. And if you're trying to photograph or take videos of whatever's in that hotspot, you're obviously not going to see anything. Here's another video. This isn't with the D530, it's with another flashlight I had, but this is from a lake here in Texas. But you can see as the camera follows the light around, this is in the cockpit of a sunken airplane, anything the light is shining on is just completely washed out. There's a sticker there that you try to see, and no, you can't because of the bright spot in the middle. Okay, so you can see how the wide beam angle would come in handy when you're shooting underwater photos or video. You're not going to have that hot spot right in the middle that's washing out everything that the camera's pointing at. So these retail, I got this off Amazon from Outdoor Equipment Experts, retails for a little over $100. And you know, it's like a lot of the dive gear that I try to buy, it's more budget minded, I would say. I try to look for things that are functional, but not necessarily super expensive or from very expensive brands. This is a 1200 lumen light. You know, for a flashlight, that's pretty great. For a video light or a light for your camera, you know, light just doesn't penetrate as well underwater. So you're gonna have to be within several feet, I would say, of whatever you're photographing. But, you know, for somebody like me, I'm just using I'm using a GoPro knockoff. I'm not doing a lot of serious underwater photography. This is just to document my dives. And this will help put some more color back into the photos and the videos. OrcaTorch does have a different light, the D530v, which is 5,000 lumens. And that's more of a traditional kind of, I guess, lumen range for a dive video light. You know, 1,200 lumens is certainly at the low end. There's other lights that go to 3, 5, 7,000 lumens. But if you want something a bit brighter and stick with OrcaTorch, you could check out the D510v. So, yeah, that's it. It's a good budget, kind of casual use dive light, video light, I believe. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, I'd suggest you check it out. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, or if you can at least tolerate it, please like the video and hit subscribe, and maybe you can watch me get a little better at these as time goes by. Thanks.